Now we will see the second method. Method to determination of matrix K using direct substitution. So this is our second method, determination of matrix K using direct substitution. Now see, we know our system, that is x dot, it is equals to ax plus bu. This is our system. Y, it is equals to cx plus du. So this is our system. Now we want to rearrange the poles by using the pole placement method. Here the control signals given by equation u, it is equals to minus k into x. This is same of our previous method. U, it is equals to minus kx in the method 1. The same we will use here also. Same here also. U, it is equals to k minus k into x. So this is our system and this is our control signal. Now we have to find out the desired pole location. What is the gain matrix K? Now for this one, initially this is our state equation. In this state equation, instead of u, we will put minus kx in the equation. So put u, it is equals to minus kx in equation 1. We get x dot, it is equals to ax plus b multiplied by k into x. काढून ठेव फक्त.
नाही तुमच्या लक्षात राहत नाही.
Ax, it is equals to b minus kx. So we can write down x dot, it is equals to ax, this is minus b into k into x. So x dot, it is equals to, this x-axis is common, so we can write it is equals to a minus b multiplied by k multiplied by x. So this is our x dot. It is equals to k minus b into k multiplied by x. Now there is a one major disadvantage of the method 2, that means direct substitution method is one of the major disadvantages, that we cannot apply this method for higher order system. Means if the orders is greater than 3, we cannot apply. Otherwise that will becomes more complicated and calculations becomes more tedious one, complicated one. So it is suitable up to n, it is equals to 3. Method 2, this method is suitable up to third order. Now see here, third order means here in this equation, our matrix A must be 3 by 3. That is, matrix A must be 3 by 3 maximum. 2 by 2 is okay, 1 by 1 is not possible, 2 by 2 is okay, or 3 by 3. If it is 4 by 4, it is not possible. It is not, we can do, but calculations becomes more complicated and more time consuming. So it is suitable up to the matrix A must be 3 by 3, maximum up to 3 by 3 that we can apply. If it is greater than 3, we cannot apply. So if it is 3 by 3, if the matrix A is 3 by 3, then K matrix becomes K1, K2 and K3. K1, K2 and K3. If A is 2 by 2, then this becomes K equals to K1 and K2. So this is, you remember, this we can apply, method 2, this we can apply up to order 3. That means matrix A maximum must be 3 by 3 or A 2 by 2. If it is 3 by 3, then we have 3 values, that is K1, K2, K3. And if it is 2 by 2 matrix, then we have the 2 values, that is K1 and K2. And we know that the matrix K is always 1 multiplied by n. It is a 1 into n matrix. That means one row is there and n number of columns are there. Here is the one row is there. K1, K2 and K3, these are the 3 columns are there. Here is the K1, K2, there is a one row, and K1 is one column, K2 is another column. So it is 1 by n matrix. So this is our informations about the method. Now see here, we have the equation x dot, it is equals to this. Let us say this equation is A. X dot, it is equals to A minus B K multiplied by X. Now see here, we will assume that for understanding purpose, let us say we will have the same example. We will have the 3 poles are there, that is -1, -2 and -3. Now see here, we will take the same examples that we have taken in the first method. Okay. Now see here, we will have the same one, that is -1, -2 and -3. -1, -2 and -3. Now I want to change this one, this 1 to -0.5. This 2, this 2 becomes -1.75 and this 3 becomes -2.5. So I want to shift my poles. 0.5, -1.75 and -2.5. So that means my desired location of poles, mu1 it is equals to -0.5, mu2 it is equals to -1.75 and mu3 it is equals to -2.5. So this is my location. This is my desired location. This is my initial pole of the system. This is my original or the initial poles of my system, that is -1, -2 and -3. Now I know that my system is controllable, my system is stabilizable and all these ones. And then I want to change the position of my poles from 1 to -0.5, 2 to -1.75 and 3 to -2.5. So by using direct substitution method. Now see here, these are my desired pole. Now these desired poles, I will have one polynomial or one equations for these ones, that is s minus mu1 s minus mu2 up to s minus mu n, it is equals to 0. It is equals to 0. Now see here, here we have assume maximum 3, so we have s minus mu1, s minus mu2 and s minus mu3, it is equals to 0. It is equals to 0. So this is my equation number B. Equation number B. So this is my desired location of the poles, and for this desired location of the poles I will equate this one. This is my equation. Characteristics equations will be there, polynomials that we can have. We will solve these ones and we will get the one equation for this one, and we will equate it to the 0. That equations we say it is equals to B. We will equate to the B. Now we have x dot, it is equals to a minus bk multiplied by x. Now for this one what we will do, we will find out the poles of this equation. The poles of this equation. For these ones, how we can find out? We will have the equation like this one. Si minus a minus bk, it is equals to 0. It is equals to 0. This is generally eigenvalues we can find out Si minus a, but here what is there? A minus bk. So we will take a minus bk. A minus bk. So here we can write Si, this minus a minus plus bk, it is equals to 0. It is equals to 0. It is equals to 0. Now here we will put the value of the a, we will put the value of the b, k will be unknown. K will be unknown. That because what is that values? K1, K2, K3, that we will take as it is. That we will take as it is, and we will solve this equation. And we will solve this equation. This is my equation C. This is my equation C. Equate equation B and C. So that means Si minus a plus bk, it is equals to s minus mu1, s minus mu2 and s minus mu3 maximum, and we will equate this one. We will equate the terms with this ones, and we will get the values of k1, k2 and k3. Because k1, k2, k3 will be unknown here. If we equate these two one, and we will get the value, and we will get the value for this one. Okay, so this is our second method. Here we are directly substituting the value of the k here. The k we are considering here, and we are equating with our desired location. That's why it is called as the direct substitution method. And we will get the same. By equating this one, we will get the values of the k1, k2, k3 if it is a 3 by 3. Otherwise we will get the values of k1 and k2 if it is 2 by 2, like this one. So this is our second method. Now we will see the third method for the determination of state feedback matrix K. Method 3. Determination of matrix K using Ackermann's formula. So this is our third method. Ackermann's formula is used to determine the matrix K. Here also we have the same system, that is x dot, it is equals to ax plus bu, and y it is equals to cx plus du. Our control signal u, it is equals to minus k into x, minus k into x. Now we will put value of u in x dot. So x dot, it is equals to ax plus b multiplied by minus k x minus k x. So x dot, it is equals to a minus bk multiplied by x. This formula we have. Let us say this is our equation A. X dot, it is equals to a minus bk multiplied by x. Now see here, we can find out let a minus bk, that we can write down, it is equals to a bar or a bar, like this one. So we can substitute this one here. Now see here, if we find out the roots of this one, so we can have si minus a plus bk, it is equals to, instead of these ones we can write down si minus a bar, it is equals to, this we can equals to s minus mu1, that is our desired location of the poles, s minus mu2 up to s minus mu n, s minus mu1. So that means si minus a plus bk, this is my one of the equation to find out the roots or the eigenvalues. So this we can write a plus bk, we can substitute a minus bk, it is equals to minus a. So we can have this value si minus a bar, it is equals to s minus mu1, s minus mu2 up to s minus mu n. So this value we can write down. So this we can write down like this one. It is equals to s raised to n plus alpha 1 s raised to n minus 1 plus alpha 2 s raised to n minus 2 plus let us say alpha n minus 1 into s plus alpha n, it is equals to 0. Now see here, this is si minus a, it is equals to this one, other way we will write down here it is si minus a bar, it is equals to this one, it is equals to, we will solve this one, so we get this equation, polynomial. So that means si minus a bar, it is equals to s raised to n plus alpha 1, it is equals to plus alpha n, it is equals to 0. If we apply the Cayley-Hamilton's theorem, then we have phi a bar, it is equals to we will substitute s, it is equals to a bar, so this becomes, instead of s we will put here a bar n plus alpha 1 a raised to n minus 1 plus alpha 2 a bar n minus 2 plus alpha n minus 1 a raised to bar plus alpha n, and here we will multiply it by I, it is equals to 0. I, it is equals to 0. Okay, this we have not got this one now. So here again we will see Si minus A plus Bk, this equation Si minus A plus Bk. Instead of this one we can write down Si minus A bar like this one, and we will equate with our desired equation, with our desired pole location, S minus mu1, S minus mu2 up to S minus mu1. So this Si minus A bar, it is equals to, if we solve this ones, then we have the polynomials s raised to n plus alpha 1 s raised to n minus 1 plus alpha 2 s raised to n minus 2 plus alpha n minus 1 into s plus alpha n, it is equals to 0. So if we apply the Cayley-Hamilton's theorem, then we have phi of A bar dash, it is equals to A dash raised to power n alpha 1 as it is. Here it is n minus 1. So S is A bar. So A bar n minus 1 plus alpha 2 A bar n minus 2 plus so on plus alpha n minus 1 as it is. S is A bar plus alpha n. This we have to multiply by I, because alpha n is a constant and all other terms are in the matrix form. So we have to multiply it by the identity matrix, that is I, it is equals to 0. I, it is equals to 0. So now we have this equation. Now we have this equation. Now we have this equation. Here we can have, now see here, we also have instead of bar we will put A simple. It is A raised to n plus alpha 1. See here, this is my equation, that is alpha 1, and here is A bar n minus 1. So here is A raised to power n minus 1 plus alpha 2 A raised to power n minus 2 plus so on plus alpha n minus 1 into A plus alpha n into I. This is what it is equals to phi A. That is my Cayley-Hamilton's theorem. But this is not equals to 0. It never proves that. This A bar is A minus Bk. It is satisfying this equation. And if we keep the same coefficients and if we replace this A bar by A, then this will not satisfy. This will not becomes my Cayley-Hamilton theorem. It will never prove that this is my Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Now see here, this equation we will use to write down the formula, Ackermann's formula. Now see here, Ackermann formula is this one. Ackermann's formula, this is phi A. Now this we have to find out. First find out this one. Now see here, Ackermann formula. There are certain steps are there in between that. I have omitted that one, and we will directly write down the Ackermann's formula to find out the gain matrix K, feedback gain matrix K. It is equals to, here it is 0, 0, 0. Then the last term becomes 1 multiplied by B dash AB dash A square B dash 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 A raised to n minus 1 into B multiplied by sorry, this is inverse. This is inverse multiplied by this phi a. This phi a. This phi a. This is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 and the last term becomes 1. Here it is the b, ab, a square b, dash, 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 a raised to n minus 1 into b, inverse of this one multiplied by phi a. Multiplied by phi a. So this is my Ackermann's formula. This is my Ackermann's formula. This you have to remember while solving the example. So this is the simple formula. In this formula just we have to put the values of the a, b, phi a, and then we can find out the value of the k. So this is the third method.